ceiling is my floor. Their tradition is just that, theirs. Your mind sets your tradition. Imagination, their greatest fear. Good evening. I want to thank you for joining me today at this epic book signing event. It's the first nonfiction for me. I've written business booklets prior to writing this book, Success is Subjective. And due to the current pandemic, of course, live events aren't necessarily being held the way they used to. So I've decided to invite you to my experience of writing this book and having an actual book signing. And I want to start out the evening by thanking each and every one of you that have actually ordered autographed copies of my book. It's really about celebration. Yes, I'll be signing the books, but it's really about creatives in this time. It's really about celebrating each other. Of course, it's truly about the positiveness that we can share with everyone at this time. And so, without further ado, I'm going to start the evening by first thanking the Lord for giving me the opportunity to experience all my experiences and the ability to share them with you in the way that I interpret them in this book. And for that, I hope that it allows you to think about your own situation and how you want to deal with them, and of course, expand upon it. Even take the time to share it with me. I look forward to it. I really do. And so I'd like to start the evening by reading a bit of my book. So I'll be reading from page 30 in my book. And there's a musical recording that you heard, Stepping Stone. And it goes like this. We've heard it all before. From every bad comes good. Every betrayal has a blessing. If you're a business person, you turn that blessing into a payday. My father says these scenarios most often should be viewed more positively. The situation should be viewed as a stepping stone, a rung on a ladder. Some missteps are just stepping stones and nothing else. It's never about the now. You're already in it. It's about planning for the future. If you believe that someone, to use a colloquial, screwed you over, get over it and get over it fast. Take that S and screw to become your stepping stone into your next success. The only time settled and any derivative thereof should be used in conjunction with your name is when they're speaking about your dwelling. No other time. None. You will slip when climbing your mountain of success because it is hard. Have you looked at an actual mountain lately? Have you tried climbing a mountain? It is treacherous. But that view when you get to the top of the mountain is incredible. You want to bottle it and take it with you forever. This is what drives you to continue. You want to conquer that mountain, and you will. And I usually have a tale, and it says, what tragedy? You mean my stepping stone? Every step you take is ordained by God. Don't fight to maintain your status in the basement when God has plans for you in the penthouse.
Doing
DC native,
yes.
Son.
How are you doing, Alicia?
I am doing great.
Marie Phidd, I thank you, I congratulate you, and I appreciate you. You're bringing something that I've learned has never been done before, a virtual book signing. And so that is something that will truly enlighten and lift the community up, which you have brought a lot to us already. With that being said, as I look around me, I see swings, sliding boards, and monkey bars. I think about how much I've grown, the ups, the downs, and the day-to-day living, which just seemed hard. But before I could leave, the saddest sight of all stole my heart. No, not the merry-go-round, which really make you feel like you're in the world, but the sandbox, if I am in the world, is my own. As I traveled little by little further down the road, each day I was getting out of touch. And before I realized what had happened, I was out of sight. I never knew such a day would come when I find myself alone, no one to talk to, lean on while out here on my own. My friends said, Ralph, be cool, take care, and most of all, be strong. I yearn for those days when I can find someone close going my way, all cuddled up in the corner of my bed, drenched in tears and confused in my head. I don't want to go on, but there's nothing back there for me, only the way things used to be. Oh God, I ask for nothing more than for a friend to join me in part, if not all, my journey through this world. Mommy and daddy, I loved a whole lot, but once I left home, I didn't stop. I kept on going, losing all track of time, hoping to make a visit sooner, but the years have not been kind. In this world, there are places where green grass doesn't grow, and people you wish to God you didn't know. So before you pack your bags and you're out the door, you ought to know the rules on how to score. I'm not a religious man myself, but the Bible says it all. Have you ever seen people sleeping in the streets or asking for money so that they can eat? Over 1,000,000 times I've turned around inside my mind, wishing again I was part of that world I left behind. Don't mind the clouds, they only passing through. I remember I was in school and seated before the first morning bell had rung, and I'll be on top of the highest mountain where the last choir hymn will be sung. That's moving. Legacy. Each and every one of us are different, each in a paradox of our own. We are scary human beings filled with flesh and viable to the bone. Once the umbilical cord has been cut, amnesty shall not be granted. Understanding life and people is not a one-day course, it is a punishable dream. I like the feel of a rock. It's concrete, it's real, and it does not scrutinize with your intelligence. An approach to something without sense animates the mind and renders it to both good and evil. A breath of air gives much certainty that a person acts independently of all others, and no one else is responsible past a child's fruitful upbringing. We all need guidance to help us recognize the boundaries that separate us from one another. The posture of a person is an inevitable direction towards prosperity or poverty. It does not profit a man or woman to mill around in groups any longer, or to be led by the hand submissively or maimed. Fools do exhausting work. One breath of wisdom for compensation. We know what we're made of. We know our limits. Some things are uncontrollable, and it's then we have to compensate. And I shall gather no flower, Alicia, Marie, Phibbs, of my own, for my own feelings.
Summer Rose, the poet. Let me introduce her properly, which is really just my introduction for her. I call her the quiet fire is what I call her. She certainly has become one of my friends here on IG in the creative world, and I would not have this book signing without her. Without further ado, Miss Summer Rose in person.
Well, thank you for inviting me to be a part of your book signing event. I want to congratulate you, the community that you've created by inspiring all these people, all the creatives. Is just such an awesome and inspiring thing. I'm very happy to join you to celebrate. I put my green checks in the comment. So yes, get on board, people, if you haven't got on board yet. So this is like a movement. And so I'm going to get into the piece. It's on the theme of community because I feel you've created a beautiful community right here. So, all right, words spoken. No lips can utter the words of truth if within its own heart deception lies. When born out not out of love, but from the empty abyss of injustice, they fall like withering leaves to be gathered in a pile for their disposal, then on to the receptacles to be filled, not with hope, but hopelessness. But the conscious mind doesn't waste words, takes heed, takes caution, seeing that his words are actions, so that his words fall, they do not fall aimlessly to the floor, but into the receptacles of the soul. Even bones, tissues, and cells are affected. When voices unite with harmonious praise, no false spirit can disrupt it. Souls are set free and minds reach higher plateaus. Hearts confidently race at the prospect of new beginnings. What happens when positive words disappear like phantoms of the dark? We can't see them, so we wonder if they're really there. Looking for a word, we need a word. What happens when we have lose perspective, no longer introspective? We believe lies, then we're furthest from ourselves. Caught up in illusion, now we become discouraged and our soul dies. Too many mindless words leading to mindless behaviors. We need a word. Let's start the conversation. It's time to free our minds from the mental stagnation. Time to become a real woman, a real man. Give ourselves new names like Afri I can and Afri you can, Afri we can. What happened to the community? What happened to the lesson? Oppression, suppression. We need a new word. Too much dissecting and detaching from our connected realities. Now, not everyone shares the same story, but how can I become I while forgetting the we? It's time to make space for we identity. Why can't we see beyond the obvious, focus more on how he or she sees? But we help create the forest and still can't see past the trees.
And now we're going to have a mini fashion show by Switch It Up Style. Come on, we have to do your thing. We have to do your thing. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. How are you?
Oh my God! Thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you, Alicia, for having us. Hi, everyone. I am Catellia, owner of Switching Up Styles, Fashion Accessories, and we have new in just in time for Easter. If you're celebrating or you're just getting out this weekend, like a lot. Our signature for this weekend is our convertible wrap dresses, and so I have one of our convertible. I'm wearing one, and you can tie these 7 to 10 different ways. If you're creative, you probably can do a different ties, you know, styling your dress. But so I just wanted to show this one just because, you know, I know about Alicia. So,
yes, it's her national colors.
So let me show y'all how long these are, because usually I get a lot of questions. So you have so much material that you can do so much with these dresses, and they come in the coral that I am wearing. We have them in purple, we have them in mint, and I'm trying to look over there. I think we got one red, but we have a ton of colors for my ladies to get ready for the weekend or wherever you're going, ladies, if you're getting ready for vacation. We have colorful scarves, we have colorful earrings, bracelets, you name it. Over the top sunglasses to go with your scarves if you're going to be tying your hair back or whatever you're going to be doing, just getting ready for just a road trip. For people that aren't flying out like myself, I'd rather take a road trip rather than fly right now. Just don't want to be on a plane. We have all kinds of cute little fluffy sandals that are out right now, so definitely come and visit us.
To it, and that's the poet. How
are you? I'm well. How are you?
Oh my God, I feel blessed.
You rocking out tonight. Hello, God. How are you? I hope everything has been good for you. For me, I have been going through a lifetime of hell. They told me you gave me your only begotten son. I can't tell. How am I saved when I turn pages of young babies dying in the street before they even reach teens? But you want me to drop to my knees to be thankful for what you have done for me. What have you done? Let's see. You've taken my grandmother, brother, father, son, and now my nephew. What did you do, huh? What? You want me to continue believing in you? Well, I believe in my abilities. I believe in what I see. I believe in what I feel. How you don't give, you steal. How you don't uplift, you drain. How I call out you to receive no answer. Like now, I ask you, what? What will you do to make me whole again? Can you be better than all the king's men? Can you put me back together again? Can you, God? Exactly. No answer for me. But you want me to believe. As my bipolar meets my depression, I take these steps into my mental dungeons. Step. I am happy, wanting to enjoy the world. Step. I start to feel my energy slipping away, not wanting to enjoy. Step. I begin to cry from a death from 5 years ago. Step. I am stuck. Emotions have overtaken me. Step. I push through it. Step. I take a leap to reach the bottom of my mental dungeons. I had to take these steps down to take these steps back up. These steps made me stronger. These steps made me the person I am today. If I made it, so can you. Take my hand and let me help you take your steps out of your mental dungeons. That's that.
Color me Cookie. I'd like to take this time to introduce to you Color Me Cookie, young, talented spoken word artist, and take a listen.
Who do you think you are? As a matter of fact, who do you think I am? You think you can approach me like you know me? Was I supposed to be silent, allowing you to win me over like some kind of trophy? Who do you think you are, asking me to send you a pic? A picture's worth 1,000 words, and I'm sorry, sir, but your subpar vocabulary just won't grant you the ability to picture this. So you'll never get the picture. You can't touch this vibranium that radiates from my very soul. What kind of woman do you make me out to be? See this glow? The melanin illuminating is my superpower. This black on my back won't crack no matter how many loads are piled and stacked. These coils seemingly spiraling out of control are my mind control. These pretty brown eyes have the capability of piercing straight through to your very soul. I see you. Do you see me? And no, I'm not talking about the ever so present wavelengths rippling through the curves of my body. The naturally curly hair that you thought indicated a unique mixture in my family tree. The shade of my skin that you attempt to use to turn me against my fellow melanated queens. Do you see me? The spectacles you wear only further impair your hazy vision. You'll never have true clarity through those egotistical eyeglasses, lackadaisical lenses, or those barbaric bifocals. Your defective vision only projects the holographic movie reel that repeatedly plays in your diluted mind. You clearly don't see me as clearly as you imagined, huh? But I see you. I feel you examining every inch of me. You think you're entitled to the deed of my body. Is this just an open house to you? I feel you proofreading the document, yearning to sign on the dotted line, but I'm sorry, sir. You have the wrong address. See, this property is not for sale. The owner still lives here, so I don't know who you think you are, but I know who I am. A queen, destined to rule with or without a king. So you'll have to excuse me if I don't have time for your act. Just a no, a joke. No, I don't want your number. And I prefer if you didn't take mine. At this point, I've really got to stop wasting my own time. See, I know my worth. And if I could just stop negotiating my own price, I'd avoid a lot more hurt, so I'm good. I don't want your just do it. Go ahead and bounce. I don't know where you thought those arms would take you, but there's the exit. Don't let the door hit you on your way out.
I'm just happy. I am going through my list. Oh, the things you gather. That's my piece that's out. I have several pieces out on Spotify and YouTube and every streaming platform you could think about. iTunes, Apple Music. I have Entrepreneur's Life out for that entrepreneur to listen to and feel totally vibey and get inspired. God, I have Stepping Stone, which I took directly from my book, which is to remind you that doesn't matter whatever you're going through life. It is just that, a stepping stone. And you are going to get some lesson from that to take you into success. But let me tell you, there is just everyone has experiences that they go, man, Lord, I kind of wish we had skipped that experience just a little bit, like you could have had that come tomorrow. And as we know, tomorrow never comes, right? It's tomorrow. And when you wake up tomorrow, it becomes today. And then the next day, tomorrow became yesterday. So it never really came. So I say, anything I don't want to experience, can it be tomorrow? So I take the time to listen to others, share wisdom, and then I myself try to do the same based on what I've learned. Because what I do know is, and my father says this all the time, you don't have to learn from your own experiences. You can certainly learn from others and spare yourself the heart. I want to thank each and every one of you that showed up this evening for this book signing event. I really do want to thank you for doing that. It's amazing just how I feel right now. So I have this piece. It's on page 25. And it comes with a story, but I'll just read what's here first. It says, if you act like royalty, you get treated like one. Each aspect of your life is interlaced. We discussed branding. Did you know that you can enter Best Buy and be treated like a VIP customer at Saks Fifth Avenue? Reverend L. Sharpton said, how you define yourself is how you confine yourself. It is a truism of human socialization. When you go to a particular store on a regular basis, do they know who you are? Or are you the obscure shopper? If you're the latter, perhaps you should work on changing your shopping persona. Retail customer service has evolved over the years. Retail stores such as Best Buy for electronics and home goods for all things household train their staff to assist everyone, whether or not it is their department. There are always a few that is not my department clerks, but they will figure out life soon enough. Train your employees to serve each client as if they're a celebrity, and the return on investment will be immeasurable. So for those that have their own business, that's something you want to train your clients to do, treat everyone like royalty. But for those of you who are shoppers, you want to be treated like royalty. And even though you may think that you're not shopping at a certain level that comes with the wine and the champagne when you're tired shopping in a private room that no one knows about, a lounge, it's not true. It's simple humanity, sheer humanity. I thank you guys. As strong as I am on the outside, I'm such a mush, so I don't want to cry on camera. Because remember what I say, we schedule cries, good or bad, we schedule them. But I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. All of you that have poured into me over the years. And so yeah, I have goosebumps saying this to you because this is important to me. So I want you, when you leave the live tonight, I want you to pick up that phone or text or send a voice note, whatever younger people are doing today, and tell someone that has poured into you, thank you. They may truly need to hear it. Not that they needed to hear it from you, because when they poured into you, they were not looking for anything back. They just wanted you to be well. But you don't know where they're at. As we go forward with the world changing, tonight was truly not just about me. I have another book coming out, I have my poetry book coming out. God Made This will probably be out in a few weeks. And I have another nonfiction coming up out of summer. I was competing with myself, so I did not release them as I learned this literary world, but they'll be released in that order. As well as my spoken word musical recordings that you can find everywhere on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, just everywhere. So I want to close out the night. I'm just going to do a small piece from my favorite, which is My Floor. It goes like this. And I think tonight really proved it. No one can set limitations for me. Only I can do that. And when they set a ceiling, I make it my floor. As unathletic as I am, I find somewhere to get on top and make that ceiling my floor. And so here we are. No one told you the ceiling you set for me was ordained to be my floor. My desires, and I agree, just born known I deserve more. Let me apologize to you for wasting your time. You never met a woman like me, God's joy and pride. You see, I make mistakes because I'm human. But my purpose on earth, I appreciate and understand. Both eyes on a gold tunnel vision, no distraction. Triple crown trendsetter in the flesh, Miss Spartan. You can't know what you don't know. But with me, here's where you begin. My queendom and strength regenerates within. Evergreen connection, no trust wavering. You have to fight for what you want in life. They like to give handouts, retard thrive. God gives push up, know the difference. Let go of weeds in your life. The ceiling is my floor. You're not in my equation. I compete with me. You're not my situation. Be motivated by God. Build dreams list, checks mean list, cross task list, put a sign on it. Too busy with my bucket list. Try eyes on your prize. You'll make it. Their tradition is just that. Theirs. Your mind sets your tradition. Imagination, their greatest fear. Your confidence destroys them silently. They're in tears. You're not responsible for their self-inflicted pain at your game. Don't care about me in the limelight. Where were you in the shadows of the night? I sit with my friends, reminiscing on our ABCs. No space for you, you human. We're reminiscing on our 1, 2, 3s. And I want to end it. You can listen to the rest of it purposefully on YouTube or Spotify. For me, it is so important that we recognize as human beings that we mark our territory, we chart our course, and those are cliches, so I'm gonna tell you this: live your life. Live your life the way you want it, and you don't let anyone, no other human being take you away from your dreams and your desires, because it is this simple. You ready? The Lord gave each of us one life, not two. So when someone comes and they want to tell you you can't, what do you say to them? For those who follow me, how is your story? Because I don't care if you judge me. The fact that you care to talk about me adds to my superiority. That you care to think of me. Yeah. Because I am going to write my story. How is your story? I'm busy writing mine while you're conspiring like mine. But I'm happy doing me, and I want you to be happy doing you. Thank you all for coming to my book signing tonight. Really appreciate each and every one of you more than you know. And thank you so much for being a part of my success. And if you need anything from me at all as creative, just want to talk, please send me a DM. I'll be here. Because we are going to show the world that there are no limitations in life, because God made us all kings and queens, and you can do it. If I can, you can. Thank you. Have a good night. You see the goalpost? They'll move it. You reach their destination? They'll change it.